Ride one time for your mind.
Welcome to Sunbeast Live. I'm Adrian Valente with Sunbit, and if you're one of our dealership partners, you're in the right place. Happy Wednesday, June 24th, and thanks for joining the program. Normally, co-host and producer Quinita Brown joins us on the show, but she's on vacation this week, so you are all stuck with me solo. So it's just you and me as we go through the topic of creative marketing. We'll have a good time. Right? And then, of course, those of you that are tuned in live on Zoom events, you're getting Sunbeast app rewards points. This is our way of saying thank you. So you'll see those deposited to your account within 48 hours or so. And for those of you that are new to the whole Zoom events thing, welcome. There are a couple of buttons to help you participate in the conversation, ask me questions, or just share how you're feeling. Of course, you can also catch the show simulcast on YouTube, where you can also follow up with previous episodes if you wanted to catch a topic you missed. You can also find this on Spotify, in case you want to listen to this in the car. Nice. And then if you need help outside these episodes, because we cover different topics each week, you can always talk to our success team, success@sunbit.com. They can help with scheduling team training, one-on-one coaching, consulting you with anything you need to be successful using Sunbit. Especially for a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about today, they're going to be your best resource for accessing a lot of things that you want to request. I'll also teach you how to get that stuff on your own, so no worries there. But let's check in with chat. Hello, everybody. Good to see folks. Jeff Manzanares back from Barcelona, which is great to see. Hello. Got a lot of the usuals, a lot of new folks too, but we've got a motley crew today. I know it's near the end of the month, so it's pretty busy for everybody, but good to see folks. I feel like the chat window's too far away. I'm going to bring it in a smidge closer. There we go. Nice. Afton, good to see you. Wasif, I got to pick your brain one of these days to pilot a new program we've been cooking up. So I might send you a quick note. It's something we talk about all the time, that you talk about all the time. But anyways, because we got a good episode today, this month has actually been sponsored by Sunbit in Spanish. So let's roll the sponsorship. Sunbit in Spanish. Been sponsoring every episode this month. It's one of the biggest updates. It now is general release, so it's available on your iPads. And I'm actually going to show you some of the new Spanish marketing that we've been cooking up. But if you don't already look for it, it's that globe icon up there, so keep an eye out for it. And if you're not seeing it, make sure your app is updated and talk to partner support if you need help. Ooh, and then last but not least, of course, our call center, as we learned last week with our special guest, they have Spanish-speaking support as well. Nice. Okay, so let's talk about marketing, and let's talk about Sunbit in Spanish. First, let's go through the new marketing materials. For those of you that are here in Zoom events right now, we had a poll going. For those of you that are interested in early access to our new Spanish marketing, it's being developed right now, going to the printer very soon. We're allowing Sunbeast Live participants to get first dibs on the new stuff. So let me show you. Let me walk you through it. So first up is the 8.5 by 11 countertop sign. This thing's really nice because you might have a lot of areas, display space, where maybe you used to have old countertop signs, but these ones have the monthly payment example chart built into them, which is really nice. It's been one of the you hear me talk about it all the time. Like, seeing monthly payment examples is a big deal. It really helps folks. Seeing is believing. So we also did this with the countertop mats. So the new Spanish ones also have those monthly payment examples down there in the corner. Really nice. Not too shabby. These are probably one of the most popular. Now, the countertop mats are adhesive backed. And they're vinyl tops, so you can write on them if you got customers writing on paper, receipts, whatever. signing off on something really heavy duty. And I know a lot of you have older ones, but the new Spanish ones might be really nice. So that's part of the new kit, as well as updated window clings. So the 6.5-inch circular window clings. Those are also really popular, especially for those of you that might have glass in your office or by your booth, maybe have partitions or a window. These are all great opportunities, especially if you do have partitions behind any of your monitors, stuff like that. Any see-through areas might be really nice. And then the other one is the customer pamphlets. Now, these ones are hugely important because they contain all of the financing details. All of the program insights are found all here. So of all the marketing, this is the one you definitely got to have. So if you don't have these, if you've run out, please reach out to our success team. All the stuff I'm showing you doesn't cost you anything extra. We ship these things to you at no charge. And for those of you doing the poll, you'll get a package of all the stuff I just showed you. So the countertop signs, which if I go back, I forgot to mention, they're foam backed, so they're a little thick, and they have a built-in easel stand on the back so you can prop them up. You don't need anything extra. You don't need an acrylic holder or anything like that. Might be really nice either by your desk or, if you're looking for things to put out in the lounge, especially on coffee tables or over by snacks and coffee. Those are usually good areas to put monthly payment examples. A lot of people really like that stuff. So those are the big four. Now, the thing you want to also take a look at is your existing marketing. Because if your stuff, like, let's look at this picture of a really torn up old countertop mat. If yours is peeling at the edges or it's looking a bit worse for wear, this is a really good opportunity to refresh your materials. So not just with the Spanish, you can also do the normal English stuff too. So it might beg the question, like, what's the point of doing all this marketing? Like, why? Why do we need this? You hear me talk about this all the time with Quinita on the program, and all Sunbit coaches talk about this. The importance of presenting options early and often, giving people an opportunity to plan and budget in advance to help alleviate stress up front. This is why, if you're only mentioning Sunbit when it's time to pay, it didn't really help in the decision-making process when you were going through the estimate or pitching your additional service recommendations or calling them with a status update from your tech, and now they got to approve the work you're recommending. That is when decisions are made. So if you can get ahead of it, a lot of these marketing materials just make it a lot easier for you to generate awareness throughout their journey, and also makes it easier for you to point to things and show them. Because even with all the marketing in the world, you could have wall-to-wall plastered Sunbit marketing. People aren't paying attention. They're in their little bubbles. They're on their phones. We're all guilty of this. And sometimes there's so much stuff happening, you don't pay attention. That's why it's an important combination. You have marketing, and then you say something. Let's talk about the importance of this from a quote over at the GM at Buddy Chevrolet. So this is Bob Hurst, and I love this quote. We offer every customer Sunbit during write-up as a convenient way to manage unexpected repair costs. It's not a last resort. We share how it's helped others just like them. Now that is key. There's a couple of things I really like about this. It's offered as a convenience. It's not a last resort. That's why if you're waiting for an objection from a customer and then you bring up payment options, it's a tricky situation to navigate because now we're in this tense area of conversation where, why couldn't you bring that up earlier? Why couldn't you have helped avoid that stress in the first place? And I also like the last part here. We share how it's helped others just like them. This helps you steer clear of the trap of making it seem like this is an affordability issue, that you're offering it to them because you think they can't afford it. That's where people get offended. So one of the things I've talked about, and I love hearing this in a quote from Bob here, if you simply share with them the convenience and how it's helped others, it's less about what they need and more about sharing the news, right? Treat it like you're spilling the tea in a way. So in a sense, people like to hear what others are doing. Right? That's probably why you all are here in addition to the rewards points. You like to hear what other dealerships are doing. You like to hear what your peers are doing. How can you improve? How can you do better? So I bring this up because Bob Hurst's quote here is a very good foundation for a lot of what we're talking about when it comes to marketing and talk tracks and how to offer. So I really like what I'm seeing in chat with Damon. Keep it fresh, keep it clean, keep it mentioned. Damon with the... you also came up with memo, which was mentioned early, mentioned often, which we've talked about all the time. We've just never had it as an acronym so clean before. So, David, thank you. Excellent. So, yeah, Damon, word tracks are huge, and a lot of what we teach are things that we learned from a lot of you. So let's go through some of the marketing I just walked through in Spanish, but the English versions, so you can also see what you have access to. And as a reminder, you can always reach out to our success team, success@sunbit.com, to request items. And in a moment, I'll show you how to access the digital versions on your own. So that 8.5 by 11 inch countersign, here's the English version of it. Of course, we have a few different versions depending on your program type. For example, if you're on the new value-added program where you're getting nearly 100% approvals, like we saw in the Spanish examples, you're going to see the percentage change from nearly 100%. If you're on kind of the standard old school program, you'll see the 90% approval. Other than that, everything's pretty much the same except for that 3-month 0%. But I think there's only there's very few number of dealerships on the old Sunbit. We also got those countertop mats. These are the new and improved ones, especially if you're looking for a lot of our value props here. No hard credit check, lightning fast approval, no late fees, no penalties. And of course, you got that 3-month interest-free plan for everyone who's approved on Sunbit. And we also got those window clings, also hugely popular. So these are all part of the complimentary marketing materials. Karina asking in the chat, how do I get a counter top mat? I'm going to put it in the chat for you right now. You can go to success@sunbit.com, and that team will help you out. I'll put it on the screen here as well. So you can just let them know, like, hey, I'd like to get a countertop mat or some more pamphlets or whatever. In fact, let me show you one of the other popular ones. I haven't showed this one in a while. MPI sticker sheets. Let me go full screen with this. This has been a clever one. It's a low lift effort to have a stack of these nearby. You grab a sticker, you put it on your estimates, you put it on your MPI cover docs, and we also have a lot of other materials too. But hold on a second. I like the challenge happening in chat. Going back to Karina real quick. Infinity won't allow us to hang things on the wall, but can certainly use a mat. And Shannon saying, we got the mat, but not the window cling. I know some, when I was in the field and I was launching dealerships on Sunbit, in fact, our activation team and enablement team, they still run into this with new dealerships. We're figuring out where to put all the new marketing materials. And some dealerships, they do have stricter marketing requirements than others. Certain OEMs also impose very strict things. And for some of you that are looking for co-branded materials, our success team may be able to help you with that as well. I know that's becoming more of a thing where certain brands have actually co-branded Sunbit materials in their language. I know Mini is one of them, Mazda, I know Infinity. But Chelsea, can you hang it on the door? I don't see why not. In fact, I've seen some people, they'll take the countertop mats and I've seen them place it on let's say they have a booth, the front wall of the booth, like where their station is. So I've seen that. I've seen people put window clings in bathrooms. I've seen people put, they'll get they'll make stickers and put them in the service shuttles. I saw a dealership do that as well. Justin Skidoris, #1 Sunbeast from the Elite Escape competition. I offer it to everyone from the very beginning of our conversation, not as a last resort, but as an alternative payment option, quote, flexible payment option. That's good language. Chelsea Smith, puts it on the office door. Ooh, you have an office door. Nice. So using those window clings, that's a very, very great way to increase visibility, make it easy to reference. Oh, by the way, did you see that we got this pay over time option? You point to things, you got the monthly payment chart. Very nice, very nice. So our success team can help you with this stuff, a lot of what I'm showing you. But let's pivot from print over to digital. Now, when we think about digital, your website combined with your pre-qualification link is an awesome combination, because if someone sees that you have a pay over time option, the natural inclination is to click and take me somewhere where I can learn more, please. So bringing them straight to your pre-qualification link where everyone's getting notified on an approval, that's important. So for those of you that are service managers, service directors, I know I have some FODs that also tune into this as well. So if you're in fixed ops and you are connected to any of your digital teams, we also have a plethora of materials that you can share as well. I'm going to bring up an example here from Downing Nissan. Right now, this was on their homepage. They custom made this graphic, fix it now, pay later. 0% financing available. And when you click it, of course, it takes you to Downing Nissan's pre-qualification link, which is tremendous. So, hold on. I want to go, Tim, good to see you. Let's check out chat real quick. Tim Cruz saying in the chat, Sunbit monthly calendar would be cool. Can subtly promote because who forbids desk calendars? That's a good one. I like that one. Let's check out another example here from a BMW dealership. Looking at one of those tall retractable banner stands. I used to make a lot of those back in the day. Looks like they custom made one here. I can even see they got a QR code. Really cool here. Even holding one of their annual award winner plaques. I know some of you are top Sunbeast teams getting those plaques. Good to see it there. Someone also sent me a picture from this, I think it was Parks CDJR in Gastonia. Where they custom made a tabletop cover, which I've never seen before, but that's pretty cool. And it looks like they pretty much took all the language that was on our marketing, but that's cool to see. I like seeing that gumption. Now here's a fun one. It's been a while since I've showed this one. So here's a Honda dealership. Good example of doing co-brand marketing where our success team can help you with this. But I want to go full screen with this and see how many Sunbit marketing materials are in this picture. How many? This is a tough one. I will give bonus points to whoever in chat can tell me how many are in this picture. Karina says 4. Joseph says 3. Tanner says 3. Hold on, let's go on. I'm going to leave it up for a second. All right. And let's go through them real quick. So the first one is, of course, it's the big window. I couldn't miss that one. And then there's the second window right there next to the door. And if you're looking for that next one, it's that tiny little window cling, that little circular one over by the door right there. Very nice. Very nice. And I believe first one was Joseph Labotte. Am I saying that correctly? Is it Joseph Labotte? But Joseph, I'm going to give you an extra 20 points. Let's do 40 because I'm feeling generous. 40 points for being the first one to get it correct. Wasif asking a good question. How do I get that big one? You know, that looks like they custom made it themselves. So they probably, what I'm seeing here, if I were to take a guess, they probably took our graphics, and a lot of you already have relationships with a print house. And you guys probably make window clings for all sorts of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if they simply took the file over to their print house and just had them whip up a custom window cling specifically to the dimensions of that window. Same with the door right there. Very clever use. I'm sure, looks like even maybe their marketing team took a stab at doing a Sunbit version that's custom to those dimensions. Very cool though, very cool. Love seeing that. Joseph correcting me, Labotte. So excellent. 40 points for you, sir. Tanner, I was correct. Very good. But just to make sure, Joseph was the first one. Let's go back and just make sure Joseph was the first one. Yeah. Tanner, quick on the draw. In fact, let's see. Yeah, I want to be fair. First one on the draw. There we go. But hey, thanks for being good sports. That was off the cuff. Too little, too late. Tanner, there's always next time. Okay, so I talked about how you could possibly download this stuff yourself. So first, let's talk about the marketing kit. Now, you can find this in your business dashboard, but we also have it as a separate website link. I'm actually going to put it in chat right now. It's sunbit.com/marketing-kit-library-category /marketing-kits. I'll make sure that's in the description for the YouTube and the Spotify as well. But you can find this in your business dashboard. In fact, let's head over there together real quick. I'm going to bring up my browser. Bear with me just a moment while I do that. Where'd I put it? I think it's here. Nope, it's over here. Yep, okay. Yep, there we go. Okay, so I got a browser fired up. If you want to follow along, I'm going to show you something pretty nifty. So here you can find a lot of the marketing materials, like the banners and stuff. So let's go download a banner package. And when we download a banner package, there's all these different sizes. You can use them for your email signatures, put them on your website, whatever fits. Maybe you're looking to make a window cling like Wasif was asking about, and maybe you want one of those big ones. You can talk to your print house about it. So just head over to dashboard.sunbit.com. You got that marketing tab, or you can share the link I just gave you with any of the people who work on your website or do social media and all that stuff. Now, this is where your pre-qualification link comes in, because if you're going to bother with putting banners and doing stuff anywhere, make sure you're able to get your pre-qualification link. And we've covered this before together, right? Just send it to yourself, and then you can copy and paste it. Let's do an example here from Jeanette at Atlantic Toyota. So, we did this in a previous episode where you just text it to yourself, and that link, you can see it underlined in there. You're just going to go to a QR code generator. Our business dashboard even has a link to one, qrcodegenerator.com. You just copy and paste your link. Hold on. Don't click the link when you get it. Just copy the link, because if you click it, it starts the application process. And that link afterwards is different. That's why some of you are like, how come my phone number pre-populates for customers? It's because you sent them the link that has your phone number in it. So copy it straight from your text message, and then you're ready to go. Just test the QR code before you download it. And if a website tries to get you to log in, create an account, or spend money, don't do that stuff. Just do the free one that's black and white. They want you to pay because you can do custom colors, custom logos, and all that stuff. You don't need that. Now, you might be also curious why I keep recommending doing this with the text message version instead of your email. And that's because QR codes will look more dense if the link is long. So when you send it via email, it sends a longer version of the pre-qualification link. And when you do it via text message, it's shorter. So honestly, it doesn't matter either way. I like this one. I like the one that doesn't look so busy. So I like the text message version. So that's the tip there. Okay. Let's switch gears and talk about as low as marketing, because I'm going to bring this back to that media marketing kit and show you something I've never showed before. This was shown to me yesterday. I didn't know it was there. So as low as marketing, what exactly is it? Monthly payment examples. Monthly payment examples. I just got to see. What are you talking about? Oh, I can do that? I didn't know I could do that. I don't have to pay for it all today? What do you mean? Sometimes it's hard to get straight to the tablet. It's a lot easier if you got monthly payment examples, right? Okay, so I already showed you how we have materials that you can get that breaks it down nice and easy. But another creative way to do this is by weaving it into your own marketing materials. Here's an example from Downey Hyundai in my old hometown of Downey, California. And this was a countertop mat made by Mock Chemicals. This was not designed by Sunbit. This is a Mock Chemicals advertisement. And what they did is they used our monthly payment example calculator to get custom numbers to put on their marketing materials. Love to see it. And then here's an example from Ford Hemet Ghosh Ford, and same thing, Mock Chemicals, putting the monthly payment examples right next to those full prices, making it a lot easier for folks to plan and budget for a lot of those major service packages. Here's an example from Cabe Toyota. These are LCD screens they got around the service drive offering different things. You can see here this powder coating wheel package where the full price is $799 or monthly payment option of $79 a month. Changing the conversation from affordability to options. And this isn't just for the big jobs. Here's some examples I pulled off of a couple websites where they were showcasing it for smaller packages and coupons. So you can see here, like anything over $60, you're good to go. So let's zoom in on one of these. Here's a trip check MPI, normally $100, $99.95, or pay as low as $8.95 a month. Especially because you got that 0% for 3 months. That makes a lot of the lower priced things even more attractive, because now it starts to look like how they do online shopping. Look at this AC performance check, $180 or $14.50 a month. Nice, right? They got this $300 pothole special or as low as $23.95 a month. So I'm going to if you have access to your web team, you have someone's ear, your service director feeling pretty excited about being able to do this, you can, and it's in the marketing kit. Let's go back there, and I'm going to show you where to find it. Okay, so let me bring up my browser. Oh, I got some other windows in the way. Hold on a second. Let me move things. Okay, so on the left navigation, we're going to go to website templates. Now, some of this is going to look like gobbledygook. Like, huh? What is this language? All this website code, but a webmaster, someone who does this stuff, will be able to understand it. Now, we're going to scroll down. We're going to keep scrolling down, and it shows you how you can embed your pre-qualification link. We're going to keep scrolling down past multiple locations, and now we're at web as low as module. As low as module. Okay. You can even see a picture. Let me try to zoom in a little bit here. You can even see a picture of, I'll go even bigger. There we go. Now here, it provides code that can live on your website in these modules or whatever you put on your website. Your webmaster will know what to do. And in the code is the calculation for the monthly payment example number. Instructions. You can just give to your webmaster. If you're an advisor and you have your service manager's ear, this might be something really cool you can bring to their attention. I was scheduling an appointment with my local Riverside Hyundai, and on their website, in all the specials, they had Sunbit listed. It was even listed in the new AI chatbot that they use for scheduling appointments. I went online to go schedule an appointment, and I thought I was going to use the normal, like choose my advisor, find the date and time. And when I went to click schedule appointment, it was an AI chatbot asking me about like what I needed about my car, what was available, and scheduled the appointment, which was pretty cool. But even Sunbit was in there. And that was pretty creative. You can also get creative with social media, right? Here's some examples of how some places just simply use the out-of-the-box materials, whatever you have in your media library. You can grab one of those banners, or just showing off your print marketing materials. Some places kind of do their own stuff and keep it real simple. I like this one from McDaniel's Volkswagen. Just Sunbit now, pay later. Make the holidays a little less stressful this year. Nice. It's simple. And it's not making any marketing claims that would require any legal disclaimers, except maybe our loans made by Tab Bank one. That would be my recommendation there. Look at this Volkswagen dealership, just Sunbit auto service financing. Very simple, like what this Volvo is doing. And of course, some of our Sunbeasts who are here in chat, these guys are tired of me talking about them all the time. But if any of you want to be, featured like this, just send me pictures of what you do. So first, let's start with Jeff. Jeff Manzanares at Schwar Volkswagen. Love what he does with his email signatures. Jeff, who's back from Barcelona, got to see some cool race cars stuff. And was it F1? It was F1? I'm pretty sure. But I love what he also did with his business cards on the back. Ask us about payment plans for parts and service. And what I love about this is that when he gives a business card to a customer, he flips the card over and points to the back. Let me know if you'd like to learn more. And then he doesn't actually say the words out loud, and it keeps it very private with the customer. I really love this approach. Big shout out to Jeff. We also have Damon Scott over at Malloy Honda using not only his pre-qualification link, but also using a QR code in the email signature. Really, really smart opportunity to get his rewards points in every email. In this example, we got a QR code. Previously with Jeff, we had a picture with a banner. You have options. Like, go play. We're trying to inspire you with stuff. Now, let's also shift gears and head over to Chicago with Jason Seiler at Napleton River Oaks Honda. And we really are big fans of the way he does text messages. Would you like to not pay in full today? Even for an oil change? Love it. Putting that pre-qualification link, making it easier to see your buy now, pay over time options for your repair order. And he takes it a step further with email. Love the template here. Need to come in and get some work done, maybe just an oil change. Check your options with Sunbit. Schedule an appointment. We'll get you completed at your convenience. Love these options. Huge. Now, if you want your own starter template, we got a QR code for you up here in the corner. I'll make it a bit larger so you can access that real quick. But if you're looking for ways to just start with something, don't worry about having to start from scratch. So we covered a lot today. With the new Spanish marketing materials, if those of you joined late, we had the live poll running here in Zoom events to get the new marketing kit, which includes the new 8.5 by 11 counter signs, the new 14 by 9 inch countertop mats, the new 6.5 inch circular window clings, and our extra important customer pamphlets with all the program details. So request early access here on Sunbeast Live by participating in that poll before we wrap up the show. Excellent. So, let's go to the chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. Damon, thank you for stepping up and helping Fernando. That's bonus points material right there. Bonus points for Damon. Actually, I'm going to do Damon, Jeff, and Jason for being my guinea pigs today. Everyone's getting 40 extra points because it's the end of the month. So thank you guys just for always helping out, for showing us pictures, for letting us talk about you guys on the show. And if any of you are also feeling inspired by those three, you can do the same. Send us how you're being creative with Sunbit. We'll highlight it on the show and make sure you get continually rewarded for the efforts. Excellent. All right. So coming up next, I know Conita's been on vacation, but she's back next week, and we're going to be focusing on maximizing your partnership with Sunbit. We're currently lining up a special guest to join us so that you can really walk away with understanding everything you have access to. It's going to be a good one. And we're keeping it pretty loose. We're probably going to do a lot of audience engagement, audience questions. So that'll be a good one if you just want to chat with our guest and pick their brain. And then on the 8th, we're going to be doing our Sunbeast Nation summer celebration, and we're cooking up some exciting announcements for that day. And on the 15th, we're bringing back the Wheel of Questions with me and Quinita for part 1. And then part 2, the week after that, we're bringing on a special guest. As I mentioned earlier, you can find these episodes on YouTube. You can also find them on Spotify. I'll get them uploaded within about an hour of these being broadcast. You can also catch all of Quinita's Sun clips being turned into quizzes in your Sunbeast mobile app. Or if you follow us on YouTube, you can catch them as YouTube Shorts. I'm going to go ahead and put the link tree in the chat for everybody in case you want quick access to all the things we're talking about Sunbeast Live related. And thank you guys. Thank you so much. I feel weird without Quinita. It's been a long time since I've done this show by myself. But I know later this summer, I'm going to be taking some time off, and she'll be doing some Kahoot with all of you for some Sunbit trivia. But from all of us at Sunbit, thank you so much for being part of the Sunbeast community, for continuing your education with us here on Wednesdays, and hopefully we will see you at the next one. Take care, folks. Have a great week.